One. Oh, hello. Hello. It's First
Hello.
Reformed Take. Hello.
We're very
Beth
back.
told me to wait before I started recording, but I've already done it. And so we're back.
We are
Welcome
back.
back, basketball people. We're going to talk about basketball. But first, we're not going to talk about basketball. But first, Seth, what's up? How you doing? What were you going to tell me to wait for?
Oh, well, I was gonna say you should add the to the drop in addition to the Tame Impala song, the clip from our lost episode that the government does not want you to hear about the live draft reaction, but specifically the exact moment when we realized the Dallas Mavericks won, and I think the despair and general like I think just adding in the part where I think
Look,
we're both yelling fuck off over Tame Impala would make
I
for a perfect intro.
I agree. I officially yesterday my job was liquidated.
Oh
Hooray.
shit.
Well, we knew that was coming for 2 months. We
Well,
we
so
knew. It's
okay.
just official, and there are actually spots open in high schools. There's a lot possible.
Or
Um,
you could move out here or to where
correct.
we've
I could just
discussed, and
move
I could,
somewhere where I'm happy.
yes, where
That's also
there's
possible.
better teaching jobs, which how there's better teaching jobs in Ohio than Rhode Island, I don't
It's
know, but
but the
but there are
point is,
also but
I'm
there are
gonna
also a
have a
lot of
lot of
single
time to
MILFs I could hook you
actually.
up with.
Well, we're gonna get into that with some of
Are
these.
we?
No, not really. I think I forgot to put those on here. But um, point is, I will have time to actually make an intro at some point soon. I hope.
A proper intro, eh?
But
We'd be nice and
before
professional.
we do that, I want to enter a few of my goals for this episode. It
Okay.
will be one of our worst episodes, which means it'll be very good, I believe. Um,
Yes.
my first goal was to talk quietly so that I don't mess up my microphone. I'm hoping that's going well. We will see later. My
Sounds
second goal, originally, I proposed we do full game notes for Knicks Pacers game one. You said no, which was a good idea because I had to go to bed at halftime. Now, game one, we can quickly review, was very good.
yes.
Really enjoyed it. I watched the first half and I think I was like, I was going to describe it as Keno. It was great basketball. I really enjoyed it. And then I watched the highlights of the end of the game in the morning and yeah, fun time.
Yes.
Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I admittedly, or at least only watched the first half that the night of, and it looked like the Knicks were going to run away with it. So and at the same time, I think the Oilers were up 3-1 in the
I don't know what happened with
second,
that game. They're
in the
down.
second against Dallas. They're up
Yeah.
3-1 going into the third. And I was like, okay, these two games, I mean, I certainly thought the Oilers could blow it. I mean, they're the Oilers. But I was like, well, these
You
two
gotta
games
stop
seem
eating, by the way.
mostly past, and I'm not that interested in the hockey. So I went to watch Top Chef with my wife because we're behind on episodes. And then after we were done, got back, went to bed at like midnight and checked the scores and saw the Knicks had blown it and the Oilers had really blown it. So I did end up watching the highlights of Knicks Pacers the next day, catching up on Nemhard. Am I saying his name right?
I think so, but I always
Okay.
get that wrong, I feel like.
Yeah, his 8 of 9 quarter, or how did that YouTuber you were
80,
watching?
I like Kofi too.
88.89%. Kofi, that's what it was.
88.89%.
Yes. It just sounds more impressive. I don't know what does sound more impressive. 8 out of 9 or 88.89.
88.89 sounds fake because you immediately know that's a rounding and you're like, okay.
Yeah, 8 out of 9 sound if you were doing like a quiz, like a school grade, like 8 out of 9 on a quiz sounds better than 88% because 8 out of 9 is like, oh, you only missed one, but then it's like, well, it's a B plus. But then for basketball shooting, I do admit that 89% from three sounds better.
It's pretty ludicrous too.
So Kofi, yeah, I mean, for a game, I much less a quarter. Um, yeah, went off completely. Halliburton had multiple incredible shots in the fourth, and then the Knicks just kind of ate shit in overtime.
Yeah.
I yeah, more cat slander. I am frankly sick of seeing it. This is not his fault. I mean, I would say it's primarily the fault of
He does seem like a really nice like person anytime I look into cat, but I think he like dealt with a bunch, but I
Well,
just have
his like
no
whole
interest in
family
him.
died of COVID.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of alluding to. I didn't know how true that was, but I think it's true.
It's most, yeah, most of his family. Like
His dad's alive because he was at the game. I almost put him in what we're doing today.
well, is yeah, but anyway, yeah, I mean, very, very good game. Ultimately turned out better than Timberwolves Thunder. I actually don't have Thunder Timberwolves up right now. Thunder are up
I'm not watching it.
7. Are you gonna save it for tomorrow? Oh, you're up
I'm
close.
actually just not gonna watch most of the series. I'm gonna go all in on Knicks Pacers.
I guess you only have so much energy. I mean, I guess either of us only have so much energy. I'll
Plus, I like watching the hockey,
I will
even though
probably,
those
well,
series are
Florida.
tough too.
You know puck. I have to say, you said at
I
the
know.
beginning of the season that the
I called
Panthers are just going to
Oklahoma
run.
City too.
Yeah,
I
the
actually
Panthers.
had pretty good predictions for all
Yeah,
the crap I give.
you did. The
And I do get a lot
Panthers.
of things wrong, but
Yeah,
I
you
had
said the.
those.
Yeah, trying to give you
I
your
think I just
flowers. You keep
can't.
talking over me.
Well, okay.
Whatever. Anyway,
I don't
um,
need them.
fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I will definitely try to watch like a condensed game or highlights of something
This
Thunder
episode is
Timberwolves,
gonna
but
show how deeply stupid I at least have been in my life, with what we're doing. So,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the West series is a if this is um if this game is competitive, I'll check back in. But if the Thunder end up putting them away in like the third quarter again, then I think you're right that this is a all in on the East because I I don't know. I mean, I don't see the Timberwolves coming. Yeah, I mean, I guess they could come back from 2 down, but only if like game two they actually show something, and they did not
yeah, East
show.
feels like a 7 game classic. West feels like a five
Yeah,
game snoozer. I
yeah,
hope it's a
yeah.
6 game snoozer, but
I think it's going to be the classic NBA six gamer where it's like you look like kind of like I forget what year was the Jordan and the Supersonics where like I even remember my dad saying like how did this series ever go 6? Like the Bulls are just that much better.
yeah, they
And
just
I think
win
that
games 3 and 5 usually,
yeah,
right?
it's like a
Something like
classic
that.
NBA thing where I think the superior team just takes their foot off the gas twice and but the other 4 games just aren't particularly close. But anyway, you wanted to do 40 minutes on the Knicks.
I did.
You have 3 prominent Knicks fans up here. You have only managed to misspell one of their names, so you're
Correct.
batting 667 as Kofi would put it.
Yep, I am.
So yeah, I'm gonna let you take the lead on this because you said you could do 40 minutes on the Knicks. I want to hear 40 minutes on the Knicks. What do you have to say about um
My secondary goal in
them?
this episode is to explore the psychology of a 19-year-old Mike in college and one of my great enemies, the common talking game Kill Fuck Mary, which I have riled against for 15 years now as a broken game that does not serve anyone. And my experience coming up with a Eurogame variant of it. I would like to know how insane this sounds off the bat.
To me? Well, first of all,
Yes.
I always thought it was fuck Mary kill. So you have the order confusing to me.
Let's see
But
that
yeah.
off the bat, that doesn't make sense because it's an order of operations problem to me.
Okay,
Like you're
I don't understand
escalating.
what you mean by a Euro game version of how do you put it? Mary fuck kill, fuck
Here's the
Mary kill.
issue with it, right? Is
Okay.
that you need a complete Copernican revolution on this game. The issue, and we have our first three here, Timothée Chalamet, Ben Stiller, and Spike Lee.
Ben Stiller. Yeah.
The issue is that you have to do one action to each. But this, I think, gets into all sorts of tricky moral issues within the game. I believe you should only have to do one action to each, but then you introduce a guessing component into the game, right? So, what I
Mhm.
am about to explain is deeply insane, but you have a scoring system, and what becomes is a blind guessing game. So you may either kill, we will use the word hug, or marry one person, and your score is determined. by what your opponent in the game does. Are you following any of this?
I am following. I don't understand how this fixes marry, hug, kill, as you put it.
It fixes it because now there is an actual situation you must take into account. It's John Nash come again. John Nash born again here. Now we have game theory developed. You are now wondering what your opponent will do and making choices based off that. You are no longer judging the three people involved. This was the revolution I made at 19 years old. There's also a scoring system. So if you kill someone, it is 1 point. Hug 3, marry 5. This is the ranking. You want as many points as you can get. However, the issue here becomes if you then kill someone who married, people go to jail. There's so much in this, Seth. I don't even know how to explain it without doing it. I
Okay,
just want to blindly bring you
let's
through it.
just jump into this.
I just
This feels very much like Calvin Ball, but somehow involving even more math. So
I have the math brought up. I had to reconstruct it from when we did it originally, but I want to say there will be stakes for this game. We will be betting the YouTube thumbnail from it. If I
what?
win, and I know I'm making the rules, but if I win, it will be a picture of Luthen Rael
I
from
don't know
Star
who.
Wars Andor.
Okay,
And if you
okay.
win, this episode can go back into basketball.
I would like. This is not what I was expecting when I said we needed to record to get our momentum back after YouTube wiped our old episode.
Hold on. You're gonna understand this in 5 minutes, and then we'll cut off the bit.
But it's not even about
Okay?
basketball. I mean, it's sort of about
No, but it's
basketball.
about how annoying the Knicks fans are, and then we riff
This,
off it.
well, okay, yeah, that
That is the idea,
I
because
can
we
get
are
down
looking
with
at the
that.
celebs at the Knicks game.
So
I
I guess
just
my
needed.
so technically speaking, I could say kill for all three of these. Is that what I'm understanding?
No, no, that's the
No,
big thing.
no, I
You only
can't.
get to
Okay.
choose one option for one person,
Okay.
and then it depends what I picked. You have to think about what I picked.
So I have to
And you're
get into
trying to score
your
points.
head. Okay, fine, fine.
That's right.
Let me get into Wayland mode. Let's see here. I'm losing my job. I was
Yup.
depressed about my job before I was losing it.
Correct.
I'm around aggravating children all day. Okay, that's
I
easy for
like the
me to
kids.
do. Um, let's see here. The dating scene here sucks.
You might want to think about the shows I watched too for this one.
Okay, I am the white Yabu, and I'm also, I think, the white Mon Mothma. I don't know. Is
Maybe, yeah.
Mon Mothma Sicilian, right?
Vaguely Irish.
Vaguely Irish. Well, okay, the Irish have only been white for like 80 years, so that's fine. Okay. All right, I think I'm in Wayland mindset. Okay, so let's jump into this and I'll
Are
try.
you ready to reveal your pick so that I can tell you the scoring system?
Okay, so I have to decide now of these three who's hug, marry, kill, basically.
Yes, and then I will honor bound tell you what my choice was.
I
We
do think
would
this
say
would
it at the
work
same
better. I do think
time.
it would work better if this was written down, which I'm
It would.
assuming
That
how
is
you.
what we used to do.
Yeah, yeah, but I do trust you. I do trust you on this. You are the white Yabu. You have honor. So, okay. I will tell you. I'm gonna say, hug Chalamet, kill Ben
No,
Stiller.
hold on. That's not how it works. You
What?
only pick one. You
What?
only pick
What?
one person and one action. Yeah.
Okay.
Think about this now.
Okay. Hug Chalamet.
And that would score you 3 points, but I would get 3 points as well for hugging my friend Ben Stiller, the creator of Severance. So we would be equal here.
I
Now, while we do
see.
this, what is your thought process on the Knicks fan base in general and these images before us?
Um, okay, yeah, I will be happy to discourse on how I feel about the Knicks. Number one, I'm glad I'm not on Twitter anymore because I think everything that's annoying about every particular fan base gets concentrated and amplified on social media because and I think any psychologist, any student of how social media has impacted our lives would say this is a microcosm of the impact of internet anonymity in general. So that's not not particularly insightful. Speaking to the particular Knicks fan psychosis itself, they have, I think, the two most annoying traits that a fan base can have, which is one, an unjustified sense of importance. The Knicks have not won
Correct.
anything in
50
50
years?
years, 50
I
years?
think it's
Yeah.
48. I
But
think it was
they act
77.
as though they are one of the league's premier franchises, that they are entitled to every top free agent. But at the same time, they have this similar like woe is me, like we never
52
win
years, by the way.
anything. We never win anything. We're so cursed, blah, blah, blah. That which is, I think, more or less unacceptable for any big market franchise, except maybe the Clippers, maybe. But Clippers fans don't seem especially annoying about their lot in life. So the Knicks act like some unholy mixture of Lakers fans and Sixers fans. It's the worst of both worlds. Yeah, I think in general they're very annoying. Nothing about the three people you have on screen particularly irk me.
This is why I put
Um,
these three on.
yeah, I
These
mean
are segments.
Spike hawking crypto was pretty pathetic, but everybody loves money, and I mean, look, you got to afford those. I don't know what's going on
Glasses.
with this. Yeah, you gotta afford those glasses. Those those remind me of like those Rick Owens shoes that like have come on them or something, and they're
Yeah,
like
I don't
eight
really get it.
thousand dollars. I do not understand O fashion at all. I saw a guy with like a Kool-Aid Man Balenciaga shirt at the park once, and I think I tweeted at the time that if I was carrying body armor and a rifle, I'd go up to him and say he spent $800 on the equivalent of like a Looney Tunes Walmart shirt. But you can't have those kinds of conversations with total strangers because you will get airholed. But anyway, um, that is my sense of the Knicks fans. I just want to point out in the Ben Stiller picture to his left shoulder, there's a guy wearing a Washington Commanders hat. What is
Wait,
that?
really? Where?
Other
Oh,
left,
wow. Yeah, right
left.
here.
What's
Okay,
that
his
about?
left.
Why is he rocking the Commanders hat?
I don't
That
know.
that might
This is
literally
something
just be
about.
Josh Harris. He
I
might
was
just.
gonna say that literally might be an owner of the team
That's so
at
funny. Why
this
is he
point.
there? All right, but
So
yeah.
I
So
did want to co-sign your next thing and get into
yeah.
this is like
Okay.
you have to pick a lane. You're either the tortured fan base or kind of the loud brash fan base.
100%. I agree with you. I
And
agree with you.
I think all of these guys kind of get it with the Knicks and what the Knicks are. Like I like when Ben Stiller talks about the Knicks. I love Spike Lee's weirdness with the Knicks.
Hmm. Hmm.
Chalamet, if we're talking about someone who just gets ball and like gets sports, Chalamet is kind of undefeated right now. I mean,
Yeah, I saw something that he's in his sports bro era, but like people seem to
good.
think he's like not that because because he was in what was that movie? Call Me by Your Name, which
Call me
okay,
by your name.
fine. But like it
But
also
like
like
Army Hammer
is
was
extremely
murdering people
yeah.
during that movie.
Yeah, but also like his extremely fake French name. Another thing I tweeted at one point was, "You were born in Brooklyn. We are calling you Timmy Chalmers from now on." Like, get out of here with this Timothy Chalamet affection. Like, you are from Brooklyn. Like,
I
knock it
respect
off.
Timothy because I don't even think he's the coolest Chalamet. I like Paulina or whatever
I
his
am not
sister.
familiar with her.
You should. She would fall
Doesn't
under
matter.
your kind of Sophie Rundle belief system, I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Yeah.
I was not familiar with her game. I need to
Yeah.
know about this.
Um,
I cannot
I'm gonna move
stand
us on to
Chalamet.
right round two, which I believe has goes to different Knicks fans. Ah, yes. Okay. This is where I got into chaotic energy on the Knicks, and I really wanted us to talk about a couple of different events. But first, I do want, oh, I,
Hello? Hello?
oh, yeah, I'm back.
What
I'm
happened?
back. My mic
Okay.
sometimes goes out.
Uh,
I will explain. Keep in mind, I'm not going to explain the game because it takes too much time. But if you were to kill someone who's married, the person who married that person would go to jail, lose many points because he would be framed for murder. There are all sorts of things like that that can happen in this event. So I do want you to think about that within this game before we get into our talking points. But I will ask now for your decision out of these three Knicks fans who were at the game: Tracy Morgan, Livy Dunn, and John Calipari.
I hate having to meta game this because I have a real answer, but I'm going to say kill Tracy Morgan.
Okay, I killed Livy Dunn because I was trying to frame you for murder.
Nice try.
Um, so you played well. Explain your problem with Sir Tracy Morgan because he's the
I,
guy
I
I want to talk about
I
so bad.
have no problem. I have no problem. Under normal circumstances, under normal hug, marry, kill rules, I would kill John Calipari without a second thought.
So would I? That's why
But
that's
I assume that's what you would assume I would play.
see,
So I
you're
figure, well,
getting
you're
it
not going
now.
to
You're finally
marry.
getting it,
I can't risk you doing the obvious move of hugging or marry Livy Dunn. So I figured
which
you
is
were
what
going to
I couldn't
marry
risk.
Tracy Morgan. So I had to kill Tracy Morgan. And also, like, he's kind of mostly dead anyway. Like, it might be a mercy kill at this point.
Well, I want to talk about his half-court vomit saga. Did
Yeah,
we
what
get
was that
into that
about?
at least? I,
We never
dude,
brought
I
that up
don't
before.
know. I don't know. I have like
He like
30 minutes
project
on it.
he may have been actually sick because he didn't just like throw up. He project
Sorry, I had the actual thing up on another
it's not
screen.
on screen.
No, I know, because then I'm looking at it and I don't want to have it up because he's
Okay.
just vomiting.
Well, that might
But
get us banned, yeah. But it's like projectile vomiting. And like sometimes like if you have a weird illness, I don't want to dox anybody here, but someone
yeah,
recently confided in me that they were experiencing an illness, not like a stomach bug, like a, I don't know, something they need an EKG for, like, that kind of thing. But during, like, while they were in the hospital getting tests, they projectile vomited all over the room. Like, I think if you are genuinely ill, it can happen. So, like, that's why I'm not convinced he was just drunk. But
he
also, like,
wasn't. I really don't think he was
yeah, I mean, Tracy
because
Morgan
I
has
thought it
not
was cool at first.
yeah, he has not necessarily earned the benefit of the doubt there, but it's too much vomit to like as someone who has thrown up quite a bit from over drinking,
Yeah,
that's too much vomit. That's like almost norovirus vomit. Like
that wasn't it.
yeah,
That
I don't
wasn't
know, just
drinking.
yeah, it's just weird. And like I don't know, he did not Jim Irsay himself, so I don't know what's going
No.
on there.
R.I.P. Let's do this episode in honor of Jim Irsay, by the
He
way.
was I wish he had given me cult season tickets for guessing on Twitter that like you make coffee from monkey poop or whatever he was tweeting about that one time.
God, he was wild.
He was wild.
I don't know what John Calipari is doing there other than his Kentucky people, like Cat and stuff.
But the
I
Knicks are
really,
all their Knicks are all Vandy players now except for Cats. Like I don't
except
know
for
what
Cat
his connection is.
and Shea
They're not
was one of
Vandy,
Calipari.
Villanova. Damn it.
Oh,
Wrong V
I didn't even
school.
catch that. I just heard the
Yeah,
V.
no.
Um, Shea is a wildcat. He must have been a
But
Calipari
like
guy.
so many Kentucky point guards like underperformed under Calipari and like I can't
I don't
imagine
want
they
to.
have that positive of feelings about him.
I don't want to use whatever language I have in my head for him, but he's like an attention person, I guess, who like,
Are you
but
saying he's a
is
pick me
desperate.
girl?
Yeah, yeah, that's
Okay.
actually pretty good.
John
Um,
Calipari pick me girl, I think needs to be the title of this episode. All right. Okay,
Livy
so
Dunn, by the way,
what
very attractive. I will give
yeah,
her that.
significantly more attractive than her
Paul
boyfriend Paul
Skeens.
Skeens. He is
That's
ratty.
another reason I was willing to is to get Paul Skeens' baseball season thrown off.
Dang.
Well,
That is some real metagaming right there. Okay. We
you
need
have
to
to
move
do.
on because I think we're taking a significant chunk of time here. What's the scores right now?
We are actually even because we
Okay.
have both thrown too much.
Okay.
Um, oh, this is a quick one because the better ones are later. I Bryan Cranston, Justin Sky, and Common.
Uh,
I don't even know if you know who everyone here is.
I do not know who Justine Sky is. She
Neither
went
did
to
I.
Magnum Condo. Who is
I
she?
don't know. Yeah,
But
she
she's a
is
Knicks
actually.
fan.
Yeah, she was in the pictures that I got off the website at the game.
Okay, I guess I gotta this is harder for the person who has to pick at the outset, I think, but you're
Well,
putting me
no,
on the
but
spot
I'm
here.
already picking in fairness.
Okay.
I'm not lying.
All right. All right. I'm gonna say Mary Common.
Well, I married Justine Skye. I just figured you wouldn't. But that does keep us even on the score. I don't
Damn.
like Common. I just wanted to say that. I don't know why.
Again, yeah,
I
this
think
is
he
an.
was in, I want a brief break. I think he was in that movie with all the assassins that go to the building.
Oh,
That's terrible.
what
You
is that
remember it
movie
had Matthew
called?
Fox in it?
Yes,
I
yes.
watched it like within the last two
What is
months
that
with my
movie
friends.
called? This is because
I
like
don't
someone
know.
else is in that too, like Alicia Keys or somebody.
Yes, Alicia Keys is in that.
I know exactly
Keys
what.
assassin movie. Smoking Aces.
Yes, that's what it is. Good recall. Yeah,
Well,
I
I
did not.
Googled it.
I don't think I ever saw. I was trying to Google it, but I instead I got something about assassin bugs. Have you ever seen an assassin bug?
No,
Nasty,
no.
nasty creatures. We'll talk about them later. Okay. You
Now we
have
are on to the twisted Knicks fans, the people I hate the most, plus Mary J. Blige, who's fine.
whose name you spelled
Who's
wrong.
I spelt it wrong and I went back to fix it and I did it again. Damn it.
You
I
misspelling names is me
Okay, this is
mispronouncing
tough.
names.
This is tough because I spelt it wrong. I thought it was funny, and then I was like, I'm not going to disrespect Mary J. Blige, and then apparently I just did it again by
Womp
accident.
womp.
But
Okay.
this is just a key point where we need to work together and test ourselves mentally as a
Yeah.
podcast to do the Lord's work. Are you with me?
No. I'm gonna say Mary Chappelle.
Oh, I killed him.
Damn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna win this. That's a -5. You've been framed for murder.
Oh, I don't believe this. You outthought me. Well, this is
Yeah,
your
well,
game. I knew I was gonna lose
I
eventually.
gained 3 points.
Shit.
I was hoping you would kill Jimmy Fallon.
I
They
yeah,
both gotta go.
yeah, that's but I feel I don't know. All right, moving on.
Our last round, the curmudgeon Knicks fans, who I did want to talk about this aspect
Who
of Knicks
is
fandom.
who is that next to Larry David?
That's Susie from Curb Your Enthusiasm. I
Oh,
don't remember her last name.
she looks terrible. I'm
She,
sorry. I mean, so does Larry David, but that's part of his shtick. Even John Hamm looks kind of rough.
John
But I
Hamm
think
does look rough
he
lately.
may be drunk and he looks angry.
He 100% is on an edible, I think, given the
Good,
glasses.
good for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah,
that's how basketball is meant to be
I'm like
watched.
surprised he still does stuff. Like he could have coached on Mad Men forever. Like Matthew Fox, who you mentioned earlier, like will never be anything besides Dr. Matthew
Oh,
Shepard.
no, Matthew Fox though is like a live out, not in the woods, but he's an odd cat,
Oh,
you know?
did he go crazy go nuts?
No, he's not like a Trumpy or a crazy go nuts guy, but he's odd and he has like some DV accusations or not like adjacent, like hitting a bus driver, like weird stuff in his
Jeez,
past.
that is
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, he was out there, but he might be innocent of it all too. No one knows.
All right,
I
I got a
want to
throw
talk.
here.
I want to talk about some of the curmudgeon Knicks fans, but first I do want to finish the game.
All right, well,
And you do
yes.
need a Hail Mary, and I have made my pick.
Oh, kill ham.
Oh, but
What?
but I married him.
So what happened? Are we tied
We're
again?
tied.
I knew. Okay, I've learned the rules. I figured out your Calvin ball scheme
I
here.
just really like John Hamm.
Oh
I think he
man,
did a great job on Mad Men. I didn't
he
think
did
you
do
would
a
do
great job
that.
on Mad Men. He
I
did.
didn't think you would kill him.
Because I'm metagaming. That's what you told me to
You
do.
learned. You learned.
Hello?
And this is
Did I lose you?
no, I'm here. Can you not hear me?
Hello?
Hello? Hold on. My
Hello?
mic. Hold on. Hold on. Test. Oh,
Oh,
is my mic
Mike.
back?
Mike.
Hold on.
Shit.
Hold on.
This is the first time we've had like this level of technical difficulty.
I think you can hear me now.
I don't know what just happened here. My audio's
Can you
still
hear me?
going.
I am trying to get
Uh,
my audio.
I'm not. I've sent Waylon a DM on Discord.
I'm trying now.
Okay, so I have to vamp here. So let's play the game the normal human way as far as fuck Mary is kill is concerned. I actually think it's going to be
I
an
think
order
I'm
here. Fuck
back.
John Hamm, marry Larry David. I gotta kill. Just I don't know. That hair's not doing it for me. I'm sorry. And like Larry David, I would love to acquire his billions. Oh, we're back to Chappelle Fallon Blige. It's so funny. Um, oh, that's probably marry, kill, fuck. I mean, Dave has a lot of money. Um, obviously marries an attractive woman. Um, Brian, Justine, comment. I would say if we're playing this honestly, marry, fuck, kill. I mean, I don't really like Common's music's okay. I think it's not anything I want to revisit. I certainly listened to a lot when I was in college. I need to know who Justine Skye actually is. I'm not clear.
I am currently on my
Oh,
headphone
Justine.
audio. Can you hear me there?
I guess she is an R&B singer. Okay, good for her. I think we all know Bryan Cranston of Breaking Bad fame. I did not actually finish Breaking Bad.
I am currently
I
on
I
my
don't think I'm
other
spoiling any.
headphone thing,
I
and
I
it's
got
saying you can.
to the part where he overdoses. What the hell was the kid's name? His partner's girlfriend on heroin. And then that leads to a plane crash because her dad is so depressed, which really prescient for our current uh, disastrous moment in air traffic control. But yeah, something about that, I don't know why, was just like too much for me. I felt like I that Cranston uh could not I felt that Walter White could not still be sympathetic. And based on how Breaking Bad fans have behaved online. They are total animals. I don't think the English use the word cunt as much as they do in reference to Anna Gunn. Really shameful stuff. Waylon seems to have died. Waylon has died. I guess we were playing Fuck Mary Kill, and Waylon was kill. Um, of my other podcast co-hosts, I guess I would marry Mike Johnson. Um, you can hear me and he's struggling in the DM. Texting me, I am trying in all caps. Um, the Tracy Morgan, Livy Dunn, John Calipari. I mean, obviously, Mary Fuck Kill in that order. Livy Dunn, she is an attractive woman. I can't deny this. Good for Paul Skeens. If he was not good at sports, he would not be dating her. Um, we apparently have 6 minutes left on the recording. Not
Can
really
you hear me now?
sure where Waylon wanted to go with this. Um, we'll check in on the Thunder T-Wolves game because I'm not going to make it. It's 47-45. I am hoping, folks, that we do get a. What the heck happened here? What? Something just dinged. Okay, Waylon said I had a plan. I would like to know what that plan was. What was your plan, Mike? The future of the Knicks. Um, well, if I was feeling mean spirited, I would say I hope they don't have one. But um, I don't know what happens if and when they lose the series to the Pacers, and I think they are going to lose. I think the Pacers just seem to be the it team this year. Okay, Chalamet. I mean, that would be fuck Kill Mary, I think, for Chalamet, Stiller, and I don't really want to kill any of them, but like if I had to pick one, it'd probably be Stiller. Um, but in any, I don't understand crypto. What am I looking? Oh, yes. We talked about Shaq in our Discord channel, where he famously literally ran away from his house to avoid being served in the FTX collapse lawsuit. Not sure what the 7'3", 500-pound man thought he could do sneaking away from. What's up?
Did you hear me?
Are you there?
Did you hear me?
No, I did not hear you.
But if you said you can hear me, you hear me.
Because I got a pop-up that said turn up volume and I clicked it and now I can hear you.
That doesn't make sense.
We're using a free product. You get what you pay for.
Well, can you hear
Let's
me
see.
now?
Yeah, 37-year-old bought a van on Craigslist for 29,000 and spent 18,000. Why are these even headlines? This
So
is
what I wanted
These
to
people need
talk
to be
about
put
and
in
transition into
prison. Yes.
is the future of the Knicks after this series for the fan base. and where Bing Bong culture goes from here. But now I have 3 minutes left after my avant-garde episode, that has basically tortured you for 35 minutes.
I'm having a
So
good time actually.
I am glad because I spent 5 minutes talking at my computer while you vamped, asking if you could hear me. I have no idea why it broke or where my microphone is or what's going on. I didn't touch anything.
The only thing
It's
I
I
did is
have
when
been
I
spiritually punished for something here,
for making this
for
podcast.
making this
I
episode
mean, yeah, yeah, this specific
as weird
episode.
as I did.
All I know is I was slamming. I don't know. It could have been a problem on my end, but I don't
I don't think
understand.
so, because right as it said time is running out, everything went from me, and then the audio wouldn't go through.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. But anyway, the future of the Knicks. What do you think the Knicks future
Okay,
is?
so I don't think the Bing Bong thing can function more than this year. I really think it's Dave Portnoy Patriots adjacent,
Yeah.
um, with how annoying and over the top it is. Now, look, I was a Pats fan all through that, so whatever. But like at some point that shtick runs out, but no one knows it runs out, and it gets so fucking annoying
Yeah.
that I don't know, because I actually do think the Knicks are kind of cool was what I wanted to go with on it, like right
The
now.
I was gonna say,
Like
like, they were kind of a slog to watch in the Julius Randle era, and now that he's gone and I've just been poisoned. Jalen Brunson and what am I looking at here?
just my rotating desktops while I get
Oh.
everything back up.
But anyway, yeah, the Jalen Brunson, Cat, Bridges, Anunoby, they've been fun this year. I mean, I again, fans are annoying, but Tom Thibodeau is a crazy person, but like they're not a bad team to watch like they have been in the past. Is that enough for them to win? Not necessarily, but I mean, I don't know what happens when they lose to the Pacers, if they lose to the Pacers. I don't know is going to what they
What
can
is
do.
Look at this. They're blaming Livy Dunn for cursing the Knicks. It's terrible.
You cannot. Oh my God,
How
is this
can you curse
Sports
the Knicks?
Illustrated? This is
I think it is,
depressing.
dude.
I was about to say you can't read these awful clickbait
No, I
AI
know, but that's where
generated
I wanted to
dog
get
shit.
into it is I think
That
this
guy,
is
Matt
SI.
Ryan, I have seen his fucking byline on like a million clickbait pop-up stories that I get like, when Microsoft News is hassling me. I don't know. That is not a real person. I don't think that's a real person.
No,
It's
no, they
a
replace them with fake people. I
right.
really do believe
This is
that.
all AI gen. It's all Chat GPT. Matt Ryan is not real.
This is some of the worst content ever created
This
in
is
the world,
bad.
which is what the
This
Knicks
is
are doing.
bad.
And I did have a thing I wanted to go into like the NBA and how Adam Silver needs to rig it for the Knicks because Thunder Pacers might be the least watched series, but I think I'm about to get cut off. But if
Yeah.
this is what we're gonna create, not Livy Dunn, I respect Livy Dunn, but like this level of meme, um,
We're doing badly here.